Core wounds. So everybody has them, but not everybody may be aware of what they are, whether or not they have them, which ones they have, or what to do about it. So we're going to address them one by one. We're going to talk about what they look like, how you can know, or what the signs are of whether or not you have them. And best of all, we're going to discuss what we can do about them. So we're about to jump into our very, very first core wound, which is the core wound of rejection. Hello, fabulous. I hope today is treating you kindly. We're going to work on something a little bit special today. I am going to go over core wounds. There are 5 of them total, and the information that I'm going to be sharing is based on the book Heal Your Wounds and Find Your True Self, which is a wonderful book written by French author Lise Bourbeau. I'm not very good at French, so that is what we're going to go over. There are 5 core wounds. We're going to start with core wound number 1, the one that develops the soonest, which is rejection. Again, high-level overview here. There's lots more details in this book, but I'll just be sharing some of the basics with you. So the core wound of rejection actually is the first to develop and can develop as early as conception, which I know sounds really early, but if you think about situations where maybe there's a surprise pregnancy, it would make sense that core wound might develop that early, especially if maybe that baby wasn't as planned for or maybe as desired as maybe a different situation. So this core wound of rejection stems from feeling as though you are unwanted or you don't have the right to exist, which again, it's a really huge challenge. And most of these things exist kind of under the surface, subconsciously, such that we're not really aware that they're happening. So each person copes uniquely with this particular core wound, but they all tend to wear what's called the same mask in the book. So they experience the same type of coping mechanism, which is that of withdrawal. So the subconscious belief behind withdrawing is that if I remove myself from a situation where I could potentially feel unwanted or I don't have the right to exist anyways, I'm going to pull back from maybe the people, the places, the situations, the experiences. They're going to make me feel more of what triggers that core wound. Again, completely subconscious. There's tons of different characteristics that are affiliated with this particular core wound of rejection. What's most apparent is going to be the physical indicators. It shows up in your physical body, which can be super useful in terms of helping you to really decide whether or not you're impacted by this core wound. So the physical indicators for people whose primary core wound is going to be like an appearance of maybe smaller or more underdeveloped features. They might appear a bit more youthful. They might have like circles, dark circles around their eyes. They might have like more contracted bodies, or maybe look as though some parts have been jumbled together, like you've been assembled kind of from the leftover pieces of Lego or a puzzle, where things maybe just don't feel like they fit. The entire body can be impacted or just certain parts. So it kind of allows people the opportunity to express their core wound, again, depending on how many other core wounds they might have. And it just gives you an indicator as like someone feels kind of small, withered, contracted, whether or not they want to kind of shrink from view and just retreat completely. So I'm not going to bring up these core wounds in order to just kind of educate you and then leave you be. We're actually going to do a session around these core wounds in order to support ourselves in healing from those. So I have a very special essential oil blend that's going to help us out. So I've got in my tiny little bottle here, I have 1 drop cinnamon essential oil. I've got 2 drops lavender, 1 drop geranium, 2 drops clove, 2 drops of lime, and then a boatload of carrier oil, which happens to be coconut oil in this case. And the reason that I have the carrier oil is because cinnamon and clove are both hot, which means that if you put them on your bare skin, it's kind of like rubbing cayenne pepper on you, which doesn't feel very nice. So you just dilute those up and it works just fine. So when we're coping with rejection as a core wound, you can go ahead and place that little blendy blend right here on heart center, which I'm doing on your behalf. So ideally you do this 3 times a day in order to support yourself in kind of working through this core wound. And the ideal way to process feelings of rejection are to practice self-acceptance. So let's go ahead and do that now. Find a comfortable position. Allow those eyes to close or soften the gaze. Allow your breath to slow down, to get deeper, and allow all the muscles of your body to just relax fully and completely in the surface that you're resting on. Take a few deep, slow breaths, acknowledging any parts of your physical body that need a little love and attention right now. Also allow those thoughts, any that might be intrusive or distracting, just let those flow in and flow out, just like little clouds. We'll acknowledge them and allow them to be, and let them move on. You don't need to know for certain if you happen to have the core wound of rejection. If you do, that's completely okay. And if you don't, that's also okay. Energetically, core wounds can often be shared from generation to generation. That's not your fault. That just is what happens sometimes when we're not aware, when we don't heal. But you're choosing healing in this moment. It's a brave decision. And know that the healing work that you do today not only supports you, but your entire family tree, and also all the people that engage with you and interact with you. Because as we heal ourselves, as we raise that vibration, we heal and raise the vibration of all, of everyone. But today we're just going to focus on holding all of that healing for ourselves. I'd like to invite you to place your hands over any part of the body that needs a little bit of extra love and attention right now. Focus all of this powerful healing energy into those areas. If they're not physically accessible to you, that's okay. Just send the attention there. Also, you can move your hands around, move your intention around as you see fit to best support you. Acknowledge that part of yourself, that part that feels small, that part that maybe feels afraid, maybe doesn't feel wanted or loved, that part of you that maybe feels like it might resonate with the idea of not having the right to exist. Even though these feelings are very real, that doesn't make them true. Just because something is real does not always mean that it's true. Because if you were not meant to exist, you wouldn't be here. You are here on purpose, for a purpose. It's only to be determined by you. You do have the right to be here. You have the right to pour love into that part of yourself that maybe feels like it didn't, that maybe cannot accept that as truth just yet. It's okay. Healing takes time. You have all the time that you need. Visualize, hear, feel, see, experience your beautiful glowing orb of light. Imagine this orb of light is filled with all the love that the universe contains. Every last drop is squeezed into this highly concentrated ball of light. You hold all the love in the universe in your hands. For this moment, this ball is yours to command. You may do with it whatever you wish. And I would like to invite you to pull this beautiful orb of beautiful light, this love energy from the universe, every last ounce of love in the whole entire existence of everything. Pull all of that into heart center. If there's resistance, it's okay. If it feels uncomfortable, it's okay. Allow that to be there. You may allow yourself to honor yourself, even if it's scary, even if it's uncomfortable. You're not doing anything wrong. You're doing a wonderful job. This orb of light containing all the love that there ever was, that there is right now, or will ever be, is yours, and you can take as much as you need. And you can repeat this exercise as much as you need. It will never run out. Source never runs out of love, and will never ever run out of love for you. Take what you need. Pull it into that heart center. Let it absorb into the whole entire body until as much of you as feels aligned is vibrating with that glowing frequency of love. You deserve this love just because you exist. That's all you need to do. You have the right to be here. You have the right to be loved, not just by others, but especially by yourself. All that is already loves you more than you could ever know. Accept that love now. Take a few minutes to breathe that in. Let it absorb fully. Notice any changes, any sensations that come up in your body, any emotions that come up. Just allow them to be there. They have the right to be there. You have the right to be loved fully and completely, just as you are, warts and all, as they say. You get to exist exactly as you are right now. You have that right. And you are so loved just because you are. If it feels aligned, you can visualize that beautiful orb of light penetrating through the heart center and reaching back behind you, back to all the generations that came before, all of them getting to take in this beautiful orb of unconditional love, accepting as much as they need, knowing it will never run out. They can take what they need as well, as much as they can hold, as much as they're willing to carry. And as that love goes back through the generations, visualize that orb also being able to move forward into the generations that come after. The children, the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren, and so on. Even if you don't have children, the generations of your bloodline, the generations of humans that will come after you will still benefit from this amazing love that you're choosing to share right now. Give them the gift of healing that maybe you didn't get until just now. Share that love across all generations. Watch your entire family tree light up with this golden, glowing light of unconditional love. just because you exist. That's all you need to do. That's all you've ever needed to do. You don't have to earn love. It's already yours. It's already here. Take what you need. There's more than enough. You will not take from others, from this beautiful source love. You can't. What is for you is yours. What is for them is for them. You can always take more if you need it. You taking more does not take from anyone else. It's such a beautiful gift. Love that keeps on giving, always. You may sit in this space of love for as long as you like. There's no rush. Allow yourself to just be. Feel what you need to feel, and know that it's okay. This is heavy work, and you're doing a great job. If you feel overwhelmed, just return your gaze, your focus, your attention to that heart center. Allow that area to just be filled with love until that's all you feel. If you need more time, feel free to take it. If you need to repeat this exercise, it is here for you whenever you need it, whenever you're ready. Allow that beautiful orb to come back from the center of your heart. Allow it to reform in your hands, having done its job. If it feels aligned, you can allow that beautiful orb of light to just begin to dissipate, to scatter to billions of tiny little pieces of light, almost like glitter, just sparkling and moving along, going where the needs are. And remember, you can always pull it back to yourself. You can always recreate this orb of unconditional love. Bring it back into your hands, pull it back into heart center as many times as you need. There's no limit. No one decides how you should feel but you. And if you are ready, begin to bring some movement into the fingers and toes. You can refocus the gaze or allow the eyes to flutter open and return to this space and this time. I hope that that was helpful for you. You're definitely going to want to drink lots of water after that experience, and know that for many people, this core wound is exceptionally deep. This idea of rejection can have been inherited from generations past, generations that we have never even met. So it's not unusual for it to take multiple sessions in order to release that in a very full and complete way. Some people may never get to a space where they heal completely from a core wound, and that's completely okay. The goal is that you get what you need, whatever that is for you. No one tells you how to heal, but you do what feels aligned. So please drink your water, be gentle and kind to yourself in the coming hours, days, weeks, and months ahead, knowing that whatever it is that feels most aligned for you to support yourself on this healing path, you can lean very fully into that. I'll go ahead and link these oils and this blend in the description below so that you can access those if you would like. Also, if you haven't already and this video has been helpful, please do like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all of my latest and greatest content. Also, be sure to comment if this video has helped you or if you have suggestions for future content. I would love to hear those. Much of my content is driven by you, so please let me know how I can best serve you by giving me those suggestions. If you haven't shared yet, please do so. Sharing is caring, and I would love it if we could support other individuals that could benefit from this session too. So thank you with Glitter on It for spending time with me today. You take care and have a sparkly rest of your day.